Big up, big up, big up, big up to every single one of us locked in, man. Make sure we are like, subscribing. Big up to every single one of us locked in, man. Show some love to the channel, people. Show some love to the channel. Make sure we are like, subscribing, man. We're here, we're back. Second live stream of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Second live stream of the day. We're here. What a day for Chelsea. What a day of news. And we're here to break it down. Little Chelsea catch up, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that's connected. That's all connected. Big up to every single one of us locked in. Bomber, exactly. This day has been bomber. This whole day has just been bomber. Of course, big up to my brother Lewis as well. I saw he redirected earlier. Big up to him, man. Big up to every single locked in. Abdomus Prime dropping all the latest news. All the latest news in the chat, bro. All the latest news. And we're here to absolutely break it down. So big up to all of us locked in. Make sure you are liking and subscribing. Big up to Mr. HD. Big up to Chelsea King. Big up to every single locked in, man. We're here. What a day. We've got a couple guests as well. We've got Andrew coming on, aka Winter Surfer. We got Jimmy, hopefully, as well, maybe joining us. We'll talk all the Chelsea news. Chelsea's news so far with Jadon Sancho and Gittins and Manyan. The big one today, of course, is Manyan. And of course, Chelsea's future plans. Chelsea's future plans. What's it going to be? Who does it consist of? Are Chelsea moving different this summer because of the Champions League window? Because we achieved Champions League. Are Chelsea going to have a different window? And we're going to break it down, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to absolutely 135% break it down, man. Big up to all of you locked in. Come on, smash that like button, people. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. Both of them, people. Both of them. Absolutely both of them, people. Absolutely both of them. Let me see. Anyway, let's start with my first guest. My first guest of the day. Let's see if are you, Mr. Andrew, are we ready? Give us a wave. He's ready. He's the top G. Mr. Andrew Winter Surfer. How are we, sir? How are we? What a day.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you at the start of your stream. You know what I mean? I don't know why you took where were you at the start of your stream?
Letting the people come in, Andrew. It's part of the game.
The people come in. Oh, all right, cool. No problem. But yeah, I'm all good.
What a day to be a Chelsea fan, am I right?
Well, yeah. In terms of news, yeah, it's big news day. Nothing's confirmed, obviously, so don't, jot down.
Don't be boring, Andrew, man. Don't be boring.
No, I'm just being. Listen, I'm just wondering. We've seen transfer stories turn in like 24 hours before. Do you know what I mean? So it's a big, exciting news. Everyone rightfully getting excited. I'm as well. I'm only this way because I'm very tired. So if my levels aren't excitement, it's just I'm a bit tired. That's what. So.
Of course, Andrew. Listen, mate. If you ever need to head off a bit early, just let me know, man.
No, I'm fine. I'm just old and tired.
So. You're not old, man. You look about 25, man. What's your problem?
Yeah, I don't feel it at the moment. So
yeah, I don't feel it either, man. It's fine. Just life.
Shut up, man. You're not even 25. You're like 22.
What's going on here, Kamzo? Ziad, people are calling you a fraud. Where and when? Tell me. I need names. I need locations. I need people. I need places. I need to know. Who's these frauds? These are people calling me fraud, bro. Let me know.
I think it's because your player ID is fraudulent.
My player ID is absolutely on point. What are you talking about?
Sure.
So, Kimso, don't hide now.
Why? Can I just ask? Are you happy about the Mannion news? Because we know how you back Sanchez. So
don't be a fraud. We'll get into it. Don't worry, man.
What? Oh, okay.
Don't be a fraud, man. Really, come on, man. If all else, we can bring Ziyech to play on the wing. 100%. 100%, bro. Listen. Let me show you something. In case you don't forgot.
Where is he even playing now?
Bye, Andrew. Bye. Do you know what I mean? Like,
where's Ziyech even playing now?
Whatever he wants.
No. I mean, which club is he playing at?
Oh, he's in Qatar now.
He's in Qatar.
Qatar.
Wow, he's not even in the Saudi League. He's in Qatar. Wow.
Yeah, Qatar, man. Come on the way up, man. On the way up. But listen, bro, don't bruh me. Like you said, people calling me a fraud. Who, what, where, when? Come on, man. I need names so I can call them out. Listen, Gimso. I'm not on this game of he called you a fraud. Don't tell me who. No, tell me who. I need to know their names so I can call them out and we can have a conversation about it. This is what YouTube is here. We are here on YouTube to debate and shout at each other and scream, no problem. That's fine. This is why we are here. End of the day, we're all Chelsea. We all have different opinions, and we're here to break it down. Well, okay, that's it. Man, is that what this guy's talking about? Is that's it? Lewis calling me a fraud. Is that what? Know what? You're lucky I don't ban me, but you're lucky I don't ban you for what you just did, man. Anyway, you know what? Let's start on the upsetting news of the day, because it's been a long day. It's been ups and downs. Big up to everyone locked in. Come on, guys, let's get likes up, subscribe as well. Jadon Sancho has officially left Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea have not decided to. Chelsea tried to make the loan into a permanent, but we have actually paid United the 5 million. Sancho has confirmed that he's leaving with an amazing video on his social media. Quite emotional, actually, for someone that's only been here for not even a year. You know, I'm upset. I have a bit of hope that we can do a Felix part 2. You know, when Felix left last year or the seasons or 2 seasons ago, and then he went on back to Atletico Madrid for a year, and then he came back. You know, Pochettino the fraud. I'm hoping we can do that with Sancho. If my imagination and my plan with what Sancho is trying to do aligns, then I think it's possible. You know, because the way I see it, quickly before I let you go, Andrew, on what Sancho is planning, I think he's thinking to himself, you know what? I've got a year left on my Man United contract, earning it's between 250 to 275k a week, which is a lot of money. Okay, I'm thinking, cool. Sancho's will be like, I'm gonna take that 275 for another year. Okay, I'll go on another loan, whatever it is. I'm not really bothered as long as I'm going to get being paid my 275 for the next year, and then after that, I'll be out of contract at Manchester United. I'll be available on a free, and then I'll have a lot of options to go to because I'm going to be on a free transfer. And 8 times out of 10, maybe, you know, when you're on a free transfer, you can also kind of demand as much as you want in terms of wages. So there's where he's probably going to get more, you know, than what Chelsea are probably offering now. And that's where I come in, and my dream comes in hopefully, because I would be very surprised if this time next season we won't need a left winger or another winger at least, because our wingers are actually quite scary of how bad they are and lack of numbers, especially on the left wing. I'm hoping we can continue. The relationship's clearly there. He clearly was happy at Chelsea. But you know, money over Chelsea is fine. I don't really blame him. I'll probably do the same. And yeah, next season we're gonna need a winger. We know where we left. We pick up where we left off, and this time we get him on a free and not 25 million. That's the way I see it. But that's it, so basically in 2026 we get Sancho on a free. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. What about you, Andrew? Talk to me. Jadon Sancho officially leaves Chelsea, and he's going back to Man United for the next 20 minutes until he goes on loan again.
I think it's a sense of disappointment, especially for himself. I don't think he lived up to the so-called reported wage demands that he wanted. I've no problem with him asking for it. I've no problem with him turning it down. It's a job after all. A wage is a wage. Sorry, I'm just waiting. I'll send this to you so we can talk about it later. But I think it's a sense of disappointment that he did have moments, but they're too and far between. So they weren't it wasn't consistent. You know, the banger against Ipswich, the banger against Tottenham away. You know, the games where he hit 3 assists in a row and stuff like that. He just never really caught the eye. Do you know, man? Never stood out a lot. You know, and you can't say he wasn't given a run or anything. He was given quite a lot of games. So I think it's disappointment all round. Just to go back about what you're saying in there's a massive flaw with your getting Sancho in 2026. You know what that is, don't you?
Massive flaw.
Massive flaw with
What's
your
that?
plan. Quinder.
Okay. Is he
From
like 12?
From Sporting Lisbon. The guy who plays left wing.
Why am I seeing Felix Johnson today say he's a right winger?
You know, he's played left as well.
Okay, so we have what's his name? Quenda.
Quenda.
Quenda. Okay, Quenda left wing. Who else is our left winger?
He's a left winger. He's played left
I'm
before.
saying okay. So we're gonna have Quenda. Or we're probably gonna sign one today. This summer.
Esteval, if he clicks.
No, no. Let's not start naming right wingers here, for the sake of it.
Well, I'm just saying it's not. We're not naming right wingers. We're naming wingers we've actually got. This is the whole point you said.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the lack of left wingers.
Okay.
We haven't got left wingers. It's Mudryk.
Okay, so we're probably going to sign Gittins, so he can play left. So we're probably going to sign Gittins. I honestly, I think Sancho. I think Sancho can't play for a big team anymore. Why? I just don't think he has it. I just don't think he has it at all. I think he'll look good in a smaller pond, you know, like a West Ham level, something like that. I think he'll stand out, you know, and I think that'll be good for him. He can't handle the limelight. Also, I'm starting to think now he can't really play in England. I don't think he suits this football. The style of football,
man.
I don't think he suits the style of football, like the football. I think it's too quick for him. I think, you know, there's too much, you know, one-on-one stuff. The defending is too much. It's too quick for him, like I said. And he's looking like he can do well in Europe. He can do well in other leagues. So I think he should move abroad. But no one's going to pay him what Manchester United are going to pay him. No one's going to pay him that ever again. That's why he's, you know, that's why one of the reasons to understand is because there's no way we're going to pay him more than some of the guys that are outperforming him week in, week out. There's no way he's getting more than Palmer, Caicedo, etc., etc. There's just no way. And people go, well, why didn't Chelsea agree to the terms or lay out the terms at the start of the deal? Well, we obviously know why, because they had an option to wriggle out of it. There was always there was no loan fee. There was just a penalty fee if you send him back, and they were probably smart about it and said, well, let's see what he does, and then we'll see what the demands are at the end of the season. And there's no way he was going to get 200k or 180k. There's just no way. We probably offered him 100, 110, 120 max, something like that. And he turned us down, and I have no problem with that. I don't think we're going to miss him that much at all.
Really?
No, I don't think we are.
Jadon Sancho in the Champions League.
Well, I don't know, but
don't forget he's an experienced player as well. Like he's an
experienced player, but I just don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna miss him that much overall. I don't think he's gonna make that much of a bigger impact. Time for others to step up.
Well, I mean, it all depends on who we bloody sign. I'll tell you that for free.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Sancho's mid. Okay, anyway, I mean, Sancho's not mid. Anyway, we got. Let's bring in the third guess. I mean,
I would have kept him, by the way. I wouldn't mind if he signed up. I'm not saying I would have got rid of him. I would have kept if he agreed to the base demands. I would have been fine with it.
I think
he's fine with him. So
listen, I don't blame Sancho. If I was Sancho, I'll do the same thing.
No, I don't blame him either. It could be a short career. So
yeah. Big up to my brother Jimmy Bloodclot Spliff. You get, man.
Yeah.
Jimmy, talk to me, man. How are we? Chelsea.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Proper Chelsea, man. What happened to him? We could hear you, then we didn't hear you. What's going on here, bro?
Don't know.
So he'll be back. Yeah, I don't blame Jimmy. I don't blame Sancho. I'm not gonna lie, I would do the same. You're telling me go back to United for a year, especially a club that done me dirty. Bun it, bruv. Bun it.
He's not going to stay there. He's already said
no, but that's what I mean. I'm not going to stay here, but guess what? He's still going to pay me my 275k a week.
Oh yeah. Well, they pay him off the rest of his contract, but they're not going to do pay off the rest of his contract. They can't afford to do so. So it's either someone. But my thing is this: no one is going to pay him the salaries on at Man United. No one.
That's why he wants to make the most of it.
Maybe Saudi would, but I don't think he wants to go to Saudi. Rightfully so, maybe. But
He ain't going to Saudi, man.
No. I'm just thinking that's the only place that logically could pay him what he's on currently, or near enough to what he's on now. I don't think people are going to get unless he has a blistering loan spell somewhere else that people are going to even get close to 200k, let alone 250 or above.
Yeah. Anyway, I think Jimmy Bloodclot, are you back?
Yeah.
Big up Jimmy Spliff, man. Big up to you, brother.
At the
Jimmy,
time, my hot spot.
We're here. We're here. We're upset with Jadon Sancho leaving, man. With me and Andrew are both upset.
I wouldn't say upset.
You're upset, man.
That's a bit of a stretch.
I would have rather kept him, but I mean, if he goes, it's not.
You can't blame him, can you? You need that money, man.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him. I'm not giving back no fucking money. What the fuck you think this is?
275k a week, bro.
Yeah, nah, he's not even on 300, man. It's on 250.
You're not, yeah, crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's 250. But who cares? I don't blame him. I want all my money. Michelle Lemon. Who's Michelle? She's cute.
Big up to Michelle. Big up to Michelle. Big up to Hassan for the redirect as well. Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Show some love to the channel, people. We got Jimmy's link in the description. I'll slap in Casual's link in the description as well.
Michelle. Michelle, come subscribe. I think I got like one female subscriber and shit.
Go on, show Jimmy some love, man. I'll put his link in the description as well as Casualties. But yeah, listen, in terms of Jimmy, I told Andrew this. I said, listen, 2026, we're probably gonna still need a winger. Getting Sancho on a free. I'm here for it, bro.
You know what and then do you know what? Do you know what he forgot? And I had to remind him that who's coming in 2026 as a winger.
Quanda.
Yeah, whoever that is, he can hold bench.
Whoever that is, it's a Sporting Lisbon. It's a Sporting Lisbon guy. He plays left wing.
Go look at his scout report.
He totally forgot.
That's what he did this year, and then he got one more year over there.
Yeah,
make some space, brother. He's coming.
Oh, anyway, man. You know what? Enough of the sad news, man. Big up to everyone's locked in. Listen, guys, we need to get the likes up ASAP. It is sad news, man. It is sad news. 100%. Yeah, 100%, man. Guys, we need to get the likes up ASAP. Like and subscribe. Show some love to the channel. Let's talk proper business. Chelsea are moving mad this summer, and apparently, you know, let's talk about the big one. Mike Maignan. It's all gone crazy. This in the morning, boom, news come out. Chelsea are interested.
Well,
latest news, offer straight away. Talk to me, Jimmy.
No, latest news, offer 25, and then latest news, y'all been on here talking when I couldn't log on 7 minutes ago. They said give us 30. So more than likely they could probably give them 27 and a half, 28. They're gonna strike a deal around
25 upwards million, something like
that. That's 25 with a 5, anything like that. And then we got our fucking top of the spine. You know that C1 and C2 right there at the top, right there? Top of the fucking spine, bro. Top of the spine.
I feel like if you ever seen the film Shawshank Redemption, where Andy calls out the shit pipe in the rain, that's me right now because
Andy Dufresne climbed through all that shit. Made it out.
All that shit. He went through all that shit. But I feel like I've been battling this for like 3 years, and like I've been waiting for this for like 3 years. Because I was fine with Petrovic. I got to tell you, I was fine with Petrovic taking over for Sanchez, but it all makes sense now with what was released yesterday or the day before about who's on the sales list that Petrovic was on there. Because this has come out of nowhere, but I just feel like in the rain and like I'm being like, yes, like that because 29, not even in the prime yet for a goalkeeper. 29. My only issue with Maignan has always been his injuries, but that looks like it's been sorted out. Started 37 out of 38 games. It was like 37 out of 38 games, and you know he is top class. Has he made mistakes as a goalkeeper? Yeah, what goalkeeper hasn't? Yeah, very much so, Marshall. Very much so. Yeah, I think I don't know if it's a statement signing. I think it's more of an opportunistic signing, as they always say.
Because a very good one.
Yeah, because there's nowhere they go sign Magnon if he's on the market for 50, 60 million. There's just nowhere they go. There's just nowhere they sign him at all, in my opinion. Circumstances have fallen into our lap. Milan's not in Europe. I don't believe Milan's in Europe. Am I right?
No, they finished like.
Nothing.
Yeah, they're in. They're in.
Bro, if
financial
it was up to me, I would raid Milan right now.
Well,
go get Leao.
They're in financial. No,
No, you keep Leao.
no, it's
What do you
all right.
mean,
We got Leao.
Raid that club, man.
It's called Madueke. We've already got Leao.
Yeah,
Leao
don't. At least Madueke tracks back. Leao doesn't.
No, but he's the goal. I've always said goalkeeper. When you do a rebuild or a project like this, two positions you can't have projects in is goalkeeper and striker. Just doesn't work, especially goalkeeper. And he is a very good goalkeeper, one of the best. He is likely, on paper, obviously we've got to remember this, but on paper, that's 8 to 12 points extra in the league, right there. That is getting you to a final, winning a final in a cup competition.
That's winning a penalty shootout.
Yeah, that is getting you a point when you're being battered for 95 minutes in a game. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those, and I'm sure that the defenders will be absolutely delighted to have someone who they can rely on and not worry about. Because I know he did well in the running, but that's because we were ultra defensive in the running, and he hardly faced any shots. But Sanchez is a bag of shit to me. Do you know what I mean? He's a bag of shit. Petrovic would have been happy
bad,
for.
Man.
He's
bad
rubbish.
on his feet.
He's rubbish. Petrovic would have been happy with. Petrovic would have been happy with, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to turn down signing Magnon for Petrovic, no matter what I think of him. Any Chelsea fan who's turning a nose up at this or saying, "Oh, he's 29," you wanted experience. I keep hearing this. You want experience. And you're getting a goalkeeper, French number 1, remember as well. French number 1, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. For 25 million pounds, it's probably going to work out. Is something like that. Are you out of your mind when you're hearing like Diego Costa's going to cost something like 70 odd million to get out of Porto and everything like that? I think it's slammed out. And do you know what? It might be. I'm saying it right now. It could turn out to be the signing of the summer.
I said that.
Could be. It's that defining. I tell you, it's that defining.
Yeah.
But also, big up to Couch Critic. I know Jimmy's in the same group chat I'm in, but he brought up a very good point. It might be a bridging thing to Penders, in terms of you get Magnon for 4 or 5 years. You let Penders do the Courtois shit out on loan somewhere, and when he's ready to take over, he takes over. Do you know what I mean? It might be something like that. I just think it's a brilliant sign if we pull it off. This is when they talk about opportunity, this is the type of opportunity I'm talking about. Not signing 18 Brazilians because your scout says they're good and stuff like that. This is the type of opportunity I'm doing it. It's a good building block. It's a good actual statement of saying we're not just here for one season in the top 4. We want to build. We want to build, and I'm very pleased with the business so far. I like the lap very much so. I'm actually getting more and more excited and infused with Etiquette as well. Gittins, so-so at the moment.
This is where we pause, Abdulaziz. Okay, this is where we pause. Okay, this is one thing we got to bring up. Negative people will always find something to be negative about. Bring Magnon and keep pushing forward. Whoever is bitching about this signing, bro, go put your head in a wall.
There'll be someone.
Go put your head in a wall.
Yo, I just talked to my AI. My AI said Mike Mignon has won the following trophies: French League champion 2021 with Lille, Italian champion 21-22 with Milan. That's back-to-back leagues. He won in France. The next year he won in Italy leagues. 2024 Italian Super Cup. 2021, he won the Nations League with France. It's a veteran. He's decorated. Right there on his shoulder, he got a couple stripes. It's not empty. What are we talking about? I don't care about Petrovic's development and all that. I don't care. Because if Mignon do what I expect, Petrovic ain't going to play for 4-5 years anyway. So what are we talking about? How long y'all think Petrovic's going to wait around to be a number one?
No way.
So only thing Petrovic could do right now is raise up his price. That's it. Because I'm taking Mike Mignon 10 times out of 20. And if we don't get, look at that. God damn, my skin is glistening. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. By the way, Jimmy, he is the captain.
And he's the captain.
He
wears that armband.
Yeah.
And you got the goalkeeper kid on today. I like that.
Big up, boys.
Yo, you coming to Philly or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do both. I'm doing
Tuesday's
and
game. I already got my ticket. Me and Steve.
Are you doing Flamengo too?
My son just hollered at me from the bathroom saying he want to go to a game. So I might buy another ticket for him for the Tuesday game and just come to the Friday. The Friday tickets are super expensive, so I might just come to that by myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's gonna cost me almost $200.
But Tunis, I'll see you there.
Yeah, I call it the Go Herder FC. We gonna. I have no idea. I don't know what league they play in.
I have no idea.
Singapore,
I think is what they told me. Singapore or some shit.
Singapore, holy shit. Well, I got 50-yard line tickets for that game, second level, for like $80.
I think I got first level. First level.
They were. You know why I didn't like the first
Jimmy,
level?
me and you are used to expensive tickets. We're not gonna complain like
no. I'm used to
Chelsea
paying way more than that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be turned up at these games. I'm gonna be so fucking excited, man. Because it's like normally when I'm watching Chelsea, the games don't matter. Like
this matters.
This shit matters.
It's big.
A lot of money on the line. This shit matters.
It's big, and it's big, and hopefully, Flame Magnon
so Philly's
hopefully
gonna be a movie, man.
Hopefully,
and see that. There's not a bad seat in that stadium. That's why I might get a ticket for Friday.
No, it's a good stadium.
That's a beautiful fucking stadium. There's not a
MetLife
bad
stinks.
Seat.
I'm not gonna lie to you. MetLife, if you're in the nosebleed, you're far.
Oh yeah, you're dead. Yeah, MetLife is horrible.
Well,
Philly, the way how that shit is aerodynamically designed, like the stadium is like hovering over the pitch. So it's it's beautiful.
It's really nice.
Well, hopefully,
I remember I almost died when Mudryk scored that goal against Brighton because I celebrated and I was like, oh shit, I almost fell.
Oh yeah, I was at that game too. Yo,
it's a good time.
I can't wait.
I'm excited, bro.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Well,
I'm not even gonna lie.
Hopefully, Flame Magnon's in goal. You know what I mean? That's
hopefully that too. Yeah, hopefully that too.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a bit mad. There's over 330 people in here. We need to get to 100 likes ASAP.
That's that Jackson conversion rate. Come on, man.
It's very low.
That is haram, bro. That's actually haram.
Give us the lap conversion rate at least.
It's
you
impossible.
don't want that Jackson conversion rate.
Get the likes up. Let me know what you got on
That's that Ziyech star.
Now respect Ziyech. Respect
that Ziyech conversion rate on his player ID, man. Come on, man.
Respect the World Cup semi-finalist, bro. Come on, man. Respect him.
Respect a World Cup semi-finalist.
100%. 100%, man. You don't gas up Gareth Southgate, man. Come on, man. Listen.
We don't big up Gareth Southgate.
Guys, get the likes up. Come on, it's embarrassing. We got Kaj's link in the description. We got Jimmy's link in the description. Every single one of you, smash the like button, subscribe to the.
Chelsea decided to give 3 weeks vacation to the players after Club World Cup and only play preseason in England. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. They've yes. There's gonna be
Club World Cup will basically be our preseason. Shit.
Exactly.
We don't go to another country. Ban that, man.
I presume
they can do all preseason. They can do them all indoor for all I give a fuck.
I presume they'll do a couple of behind the doors closed friendlies before the season starts to get them up to match fitness and stuff like that. But it's smart because otherwise they'll be burnt out. You know what I mean? It's a World Cup year as well.
Yeah.
So.
But the Mignon signing, I think it's peak because I remember last season it was 80. That was the estimated price, 80 million pounds or something. For them to get it down this much to 30 or 25, I forget what Jimmy said.
That's He hasn't signed
That's
a new
crazy.
contract. He hasn't signed a new contract either. It's been on the table since about December.
And we have a good relationship with AC Milan, so I do see it going through.
We signed about 4 players, but it's it's. Go on, I've said my piece. You say yours.
No, I think it's a fantastic signing. I listen. What did I say on my Discord earlier? I'm gonna pull this up. I feel like I finally figured out what the Blue Coat transfer window starter kit looks like. Pure profit, bring in children, transfer saga that's gonna take the whole entire window, and then a random out of left field Bamba. And I think this is the random out of left field Bamba. Like, I don't think any of us expected them to actually go back for Maignan. I think we were all kind of convinced that, Chelsea have the depth already with Slonina, Penders, Jurgensen. If you want to count Bettinelli, he's in there too. Sanchez.
Bettinelli's just there for the home thing.
He's filling a quota. He's fulfilling a quota.
It's never
but I think it's a great signing because, one, none of us really expected it. I think the dopamine right there of like, whoa, I didn't expect you guys to actually sign a goalkeeper and an elite one at that, because you're already going to have the rivals playing it down. Oh, he's had a crap season. He's injury prone. Listen, we have a great medical staff. And this is a little hopey, I'm not going to deny it, but we have a great medical staff. Reece James used to be the injury-prone player that this season now is his first season where he's been fit. So hopefully, if all goes well, Maresca knows how to manage the minutes, manage the training so that he stays more fit this season. And on top of that, for the price, like, if you were upset that we didn't get Maignan last season because we were linked to him, then you should be over the moon and understand why they waited until this moment and why we didn't really like. This is what I mean. Like, this summer, and when you wait, things that happened in the past start to make more sense. Like, you start to put the pieces together. If this was the plan from the get-go and they didn't announce it, because obviously why the hell would they announce it? Because then other rivals would try to fuck up their transfers. Then, bro, I agree with Robert.
Robert, man.
It's great. It's great planning. So yeah. I think it's a phenomenal signing. I really hope that they get it through the line and quick.
It makes
too,
a difference. It makes
a huge difference.
You know what? I feel like this one isn't for sure because it's like all the bigger names are saying they talk to him first and he's with the move. You see, when the players with the move, that's when I'm like, that's when I start feeling confident. Because now it's just semantics between them and the club of how much win and all that. So that's the baby part.
It's what I mean? It's also a position Milan are in. They have to sell.
Oh yeah,
It's not like
such a bad.
It's not like Frank. It's not like us with Etikite in Frankfurt. Do you know what I mean? It's like we'll get the players' side, no problem, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get down the price that Frankfurt want, because Frankfurt want to sell, but they're selling. They're not desperate to sell. They're in the Champions League as well. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference as well. Because, I mean, he's on 69k a week. They'll probably just double it or like give him like 100.
Bro, I think we got to take advantage of this. Go raid AC Milan. Raid them for Leao as well. Come on, let's be real here. What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
Leao hasn't had a good season like 3 seasons now, man.
He's so
lazy, do you know what it is with this Leao?
It's not going to work in the system.
No, but I said that before Leao. I think he just needs to change the scenery.
He'll work going forward, bro. He'll be sick.
Yeah.
Him getting one-on-ones all day, oh my gosh. But when he go one-on-one and then he lose the ball, he's not turning around to hustle to get back. And that we can't have that.
You could make the argument because we have Cucurella, it could work, but that's just an argument.
But you can coach that. I think you can coach that. You can coach a player to work harder for you. You can. It's not a lack of skill set or, bro. I think the main issue with him.
Here's where you can get that out of him, right? If he was in a position of desperation, if he know like this is my last chance, he's nowhere near that right now, bro. He has no reason to change how he play because he know there's teams that's gonna come in and not expect him to run. They're gonna accept the fact that he don't run.
Yeah.
And take what he does going forward. Right now, maybe in a year, we'll be able to put up with that. But I don't know about that right now. Yeah. Your defense got to be so stern to put up with a player who's not going to get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your defense has
Listen,
to be
I just think
stern.
it's the perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity. This was the perfect opportunity, and we got Manyan. I think that deal was going to be done.
But they got
Reaper's asking
they're not going to sell him for.
gonna
They're not going to sell him for a discount price. They're going to want.
Well, they're going to have no choice. What are you talking? They've got no choice.
No. They're selling I think they're selling loads of people because they don't want to sell Liao. If they can help it, that's why Reindeers is going.
Yeah.
They tried to sell Tio Hernandez, but he turned down Saudi and stuff like that. They're selling Magnon.
He turned down the Saudi move?
Yeah, apparently, he turned it down early today. But that's what I mean. So I think it's a point that they want to sell everyone else apart from Liao. And if they do try and sell Liao, it's going to be 80, 90 million, which is overpriced.
80 million is overpriced for Liao.
Yeah.
Come on,
bro.
now,
He's been shit for 2 years.
He hasn't had a good season
Look
since
at the
Potter
market.
season.
He's been rubbish for.
He's been
rubbish for 2 years. He's been rubbish for 2 years.
Bro, how much is Adam on a Lookman? I'd take him.
I'll take Lookman.
We bought Mudryk for 60 million. You can't tell me Liao for 80 is overpriced.
You know you're undoing your own argument when you say that, right? You know you're undoing your own argument because Mudryk was a mistake in buying this guy for 80 million beer.
No, but the price is set.
Well. Yeah, but
80 million is not a lot for Liao, guys.
It is because he's crap. He's rubbish.
I've said this a lot. I've said this before. I think the main issue for Liao is that he's complacent. He's sitting there in AC Milan, chilling. He's got his long contract. He's got nothing really to motivate him. But him coming to Chelsea under a new team, new club, new manager, new country, new league, I think he's gonna motivate him to move. He's gonna motivate him to work hard. I even watched an interview with Gary Neville and Mohamed Salah. And Mohamed Salah basically, in other words, said he told Trent to leave. He basically said that in other words. Because he told Trent, you've been at the club for 20 years. You need something. You need a challenge. You need something new. It's very difficult to stay at a club for a very long time and still be consistent and be a hard worker. And I'm telling you now, Andrew, any club that Liao goes to, he's going to ball out. Any club.
I think we'd get more out of Brennan Johnson than Liao.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, bro. Lock off the guy.
I'll tell you this though, like, Atalanta got Adamana Lookman for 10.8 million euros. I would take 30 or 40 million for Adamana Lookman over Leao. I think that's just a better bargain.
I agree.
Sorry. How much? Do you think you'll get Lookman for 40 million?
30 to 40 million. It's going to be cheaper than Leao.
Impossible.
But he's not going to be over 80, I don't think. Especially when they pick him up.
They will want at least 50 to 60 million.
That's fine. That's still better than Leao.
Lookman played in the Prem, by the way. He's played for Leicester. He's played for Fulham. I'm not being blinded by this.
So what?
No, but I'm not being blinded by this bloody Syria hype, bro. Man played in the Prem.
Syria? So what did he do in Europe?
Huh?
What league Liao playing?
No, but I'm saying I've seen him in the Prem and it didn't work.
And then he goes to wait. Then he goes to Italy and play better than Liao. So Liao's gonna come to the Prem and play better than he. First of all, he was young and wasn't ready. That's what happened. He didn't take good loans. What happened when he played in Europe? Did you remember what he did? You remember how he carried Atlanta to a final?
Yeah, he scored a hat-trick in the final.
Remember what he did in that final? Do you remember what he did in that fucking final? Did you know he won Africa's Player of the Year? He's not no slouch, bro. Lookman beat the motherfucking undefeated, everything. Leverkusen. He tore them a new asshole. Pause. He destroyed them. Come on, man. Stop with this shit. I seen him in the Prem before. So what? At Fulham and at fucking Leicester. Now see him at Chelsea. What we talking about here? Is
he not playing striker for Atlanta anyway?
He don't play striker. He play on the left wing.
He plays across the. He's versatile, even better. He plays across the attack. He's got some games in left, some games in right.
All I'm saying is that I think because we are in desperate need for a left winger. it is scary of how bad we need the left winger. And I think now we've seen the opportunity for Manyan, and we've gone because listen, Andrew
The
said
market sucks, bro.
but Andrew said I doubt we plan to go in and actually get this guy. And a lot of the reports basically said that even Ben Jacobs, by the way, big up to Ben Jacobs, he's been very good so far. He basically said Chelsea have looked at the situation and realized, look, this is too good to pass up on. It's too good to pass up on. So they went in and got that deal done, and they were right because 30 million euros for Manyan, like Andrew said earlier, and I agree with.
It's fine.
This time next year, we could be looking at signing of the.
They spent 25 million. They spent 25 million on Sanchez. So.
Right. We could literally be looking at signing of the summer.
Yeah.
And I just don't want. I think for how much we need the left winger, I just think Liao could be the opportunity. Test the waters. See how much is because we're desperate need the left winger, especially now Sancho's left. We are in desperate need of that left winger spot. Because I'm sorry. Go on.
Why not go for Why not go for
the likes of people, man?
Why not go for Goncalves at Sporting Lisbon or something like that? Why not go for Yilmaz or Yildiz, whatever his name is, at Juventus or something like that? I those look more promising than Rafael Leao. You know what I mean? Gittins, I think Gittins. Listen, is Gittins a monumental player right now? No, but I think he's getting unwarranted hate at this moment in time. Do you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? It's like it's more and more now. It's like I think people are going over the top here. Do you know what I mean? I think it's ambitious if we're trying to think we can get him for 30 million. By the way, I don't know if Dortmund are going to sell him for 30 million to us, and let's be sweet in the pot like Chukwuemeka or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, since we've been on, Damasio's came out and said AC Milan only want 25 million pounds for.
Yeah, which is 30 roughly about 30
million.
30 million.
Just go to 25. I wouldn't even hesitate. Just give him the 20. I'll give him 26. Give him 26.
It's what we paid for Sanchez. Essentially, it's what we
doing here, bro?
Give him 26. Give him fucking 26. And put a little something on.
Give him. Do you know what? Give them 80 million instead of Leao. It's fucking worth it. I tell you right now.
No.
Yeah, these are the left wingers. Ziad, if you want to show the screen.
What's that?
These are just left wingers in the world right now, and they're obviously sorted by value.
Zoom in a little bit.
But I got you.
Yeah, one more.
There's not that many options, bro. Like Nico Williams, sure, but that's not realistic.
When you get the Gabriel Martinelli at 10, I just want you to hit the X button. Get us out of here. It's a shit.
Anthony Gordon, I would take, but
I would take Gordon.
Yeah.
But they would want about 80 for Gordon right now. So that's
exactly. But
we ain't getting these two. Barcola. Yeah, I don't know about Barcola.
By the way, Nico Williams, that's a fraudulent thing.
And look at Jamie Gittins right there at 11. That's the one.
Look at our boy. Kenda, we already got this done, but look at him. He's already this high up in the list.
Marshall,
Nico and they got Kenda over Yildiz, who everybody's saying we should go get.
Right. That's crazy. Guys, Nico Williams is very high on that list. Inaki Williams, his brother, is better and should be higher on that list than Nico Williams right now.
Yeah. I shorted it by left winger,
his brother doesn't play left wing. Though.
Yeah,
I don't know. He could probably play left and be better than Nico Williams at this point. You know what I mean?
But like, you look at the list, like,
which is why I'm saying go for Leao, people. What's going on here?
But nah,
where's Leao on that list?
This is I think based off value price.
Yeah, this is value.
Guys, let's be real. This is the market and it's bad. Okay, it's bad. Leao's there. It's fourth actually. Hold that, Andrew. He's actually fourth.
Yeah, but
the fourth most expensive.
You say hold that.
It doesn't matter.
You say hold that.
It doesn't matter.
Nico Williams is fifth, and he's shit.
Listen,
not shit, but
Anthony.
He's,
I'll take Anthony Gordon over both of them.
I'll take Anthony Gordon.
Me too.
Remember, we used to be linked with him, but then people laughed.
45 million. Yep.
Here's the thing, and he's been in the Premier League, I think 2 years or 2.5. I'll take Cody Gakpo over.
Hell yeah. Over Leao. Hell yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's right.
Liverpool won't sell him though.
I'm doing the stream by myself, bro. No way. What?
Yeah,
Cody Gakpo over Leao. Am I hearing?
Wait. Click on Gakpo's name. Let's look at his numbers. See, do they show stats on?
Actually, do you know what? Bayern is the best. Bayern is the best player on that list. Bayern is the best player.
What Cody Gakpo put up this year? Overall numbers. goals and assists. 18 and 7 and 49. That's a hell of, that's a good return on 2,700 minutes. What did Liao do? I just need to know.
No, go on. Let's check Liao, but
I'm sure they'll be dazzling.
12 and 13. It's a lot of assists, not enough goals.
But my point is, the only thing you lot are saying is Liao is lazy. But on talent, Liao is, no one can deny his talent. And my point is, I think a new chapter and a new place for Liao to thrive in will help him. You guys got to understand, complacency is a thing. That is a thing for these top footballers.
I don't know, because I see him play for Portugal too. He's got the same
issue, I didn't quite deep it. The best player on that list is Alex Baena, actually, from Villarreal. He's the best player on that list from Villarreal.
Oh, you like this kid? I don't. How old is he? That's his age. 23. He's 23.
23.
Yeah, he's the best player. He can play. He's not a winger. He does that for Villarreal. He's very, very good. I think Atletico Madrid.
Oh yeah. I know the face. Yeah, I saw the face. Yeah, I know the face.
He's actually the best. Yeah. He's actually that's the player. That's the profile we should be going for right there. If you want to do something,
I know that.
If you did, to me, there's three. I'll add him now. There was only two names before the winger market that made me stood up, and obviously one was Rodrigo. One was Rodrigo, and the other one is Anthony Gordon. So that's the only two that.
Yeah, Semenyo. Put Semenyo in. He probably in the second list. Oh, there you
25. Go. So he's on that high end, but
13 and 7. Nice. He had 11 and 6 in the league. Nice. That's a good return.
If
y'all don't think scoring fucking off the left, because I seen them say Cody Gakpo 18 goals and 49 is not good. What are you talking about? He's a left winger. He's a left winger.
We also have to remember the type of wingers Maresca plays with, and he likes to play with touchline wingers as well. So you got to remember that as well. In terms of who we're linked to. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, y'all keep talking about what he did for Milan. For Portugal, Liao does not hustle.
He doesn't do shit either, yeah. Because I mean, like, I don't think a new environment's going to change shit.
How is Semenyo overrated? How? Look at his numbers, and he did that with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
How is that overrated? He's rated right where he should be.
Yeah. And then you look at the second page, player. Like, it's not even better. Like,
it's not a big name.
Mudryk is down there. Like, it gets a lot worse. Like, Dringa. Like, is anyone going to want a Dringa? Like, no. Grealish is in there.
I would take Grealish, actually.
I would take Grealish, but, I mean, I don't know if the club are going to do it. And the wages, too.
So. But yeah. I would definitely take Grealish. Grealish on that left wing one-on-one and like, do what you want. There's no handcuffs. It ain't no tiki-taka bullshit. I'll take
this guy. We were linked with him
getting fouled all day. Yeah, Somerville.
Yeah, he didn't really. I mean, West Ham had a shit season, but like, it's not like the talent pool isn't that great. So
yeah, there is.
The problem is we need someone.
But there is. I know Jimmy would have seen it, and you can take it with a pinch of salt because of who it's from.
What did I do here? This went back.
Alex Goldberg was on playback today or this evening and did mention a certain Mohamed Kudus to watch out for, possibly.
What?
Yes,
Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Jem put it in our group chat, so you know that's solid info coming from Jem.
Something to watch out for.
He just said
I know y'all heard me.
He just said something to watch out for. That's all he said. He just said it was something to look out for. That's all he said.
And I know y'all remember that time we was doing that fucking West Ham watch along, and I was no homo. I was glazing out because I just was trying to show these dudes like watch this because they kept he's having a bad season. That fucking game, he didn't score a goal or have an assist.
He was the best player on the pitch,
but he was the best player on the pitch by far. By far. And I just showed him you bring kudos and that the tenacity he plays with, he makes everybody else have to step up.
I'm just relaying information that Alex Goldberg said. Alex Goldberg didn't definitely say we're in for kudos. He just said he heard something and just look out for it. That's all. He just said it could be an option.
What annoys me about that guy is that he puts everything on his playback. Bro, not everyone's got 24 hours in a day. Yeah, I know. Just tweet it out. Kudus, eye emoji, done. Finito.
But if he's trying to build a brand and he wants people to listen to playback, why would he release it on Twitter first?
It's annoying, man. No, it's annoying.
No, it's a business fee. He's not going to release
fuck business, man.
Oh yeah, you say that.
Fuck
yeah,
business.
You say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You say that. Yeah. Sure.
No, but listen. Let me tell you something. Okay, we need someone in that quality. Kudus is mad. Kudus would be crazy.
I don't care where we utilize him.
Bro,
I don't give a fuck.
One thing he did tweet out. One thing Alex Goldberg did tweet out is that he's been told by a credible source that because we made Champions League, Chelsea are ready to move different. And Mike Maignan is only one of those names on the list. And Chelsea are ready to move different. If we get Maignan and then we're instantly linked to Kudus, then he's 100% right. What's his release clause? He's got a release clause.
No. I'm gonna go back and actually say I don't think we are moving differently, given the fact if you take Maignan out, who we're linked to, I don't think we are moving that much differently. I think we are possibly going to move faster because of the Club World Cup and stuff like that. But I don't think we are overall moving away. Because you look at Delap, Ekitike, Hato, even like maybe another defender. I don't think we are moving away that much from it.
Yeah, but I will say that might be a little bit.
But you know what? But you know what the difference is also. This experience that we're crying about, I hate people don't realize it. Slowly, it's in our team.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I said last time.
You got Enzo, you got fucking Caicedo now. These guys been in the league. How many? You got Reece James. Like, what are we talking about here?
But by the way, Kudus wouldn't be moved. Kudus would actually be
I got the release clause for you.
Be a profile of a player that this project is after.
Mm-hmm. £85 million release clause for Premier League side.
Right.
I mean, he is a good player.
That is a lot.
Yeah, but that's active in the first 10 days of July, though. That's active for the first 10 days in July.
Yeah, so we'd have to wait. It would be a signing that we would see him play. We would see him next season after Club World Cup. Club World Cup ends July 15th, I think.
Yeah.
What are we saying? Is that too much?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm not paying 85 million for Kudus.
It is too much.
But that's a release clause.
Bro,
do you have to go for the release clause?
No, you could you don't have to.
No, you could bid, you could
negotiate.
The release clause the release clause is something where you'd have to negotiate and pay it over certain years. It would be like if you want to get up to the deal, no problem, but we'd try and pay it over like 2, 3, 4 years. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. That's what we would try and do.
We've got players we can offer. We've got players we can offer.
Who did we give West Ham?
Well,
have we given them any players?
The problem is who wants to go to West Ham.
Emerson was the last player we gave them.
Emerson.
Yeah, right.
But the problem is, Marshall, who Ziad'sZone, we can give them players, but what one of our players wants to go to West Ham?
Graham Potter, man, he's a
fringe
charming
players.
man.
ADH.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
That's a good
shout. Yeah, that's a good shout.
It's your first one.
Would Carney go?
I'm not sure he'd go. I think he might angle back to Dortmund.
No, Dortmund said they're not gonna be. Dortmund they only want him up to Club World Cup, and then he can bring his ass back.
Yeah.
I think we've got a couple. I think Sanchez is not a bad shout. Even Mudrik's not even that bad of a shout.
Their goalkeeper's better than Sanchez.
I think Fabianski is better.
No, it's not Fabianski. It's
Areola.
Areola.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't nobody want Mudrik, bro.
Mudrik's gonna be banned. Mudrik can't do it.
I don't even know if we have Mudrik right now, yo.
Even Mudrik. I mean, what are we doing here? Mudrik can't literally. He's gonna be banned.
But I also think we're all talking about left wingers and all this stuff. I think a lot of it's gonna depend who that second striker is gonna be. Is it gonna be Ekitike? We're seeing all the Osimhen noise happening around him with the pop star talking and saying, "Oh, he always wants Chelsea." Like, depending on what striker we get, depends on if we get a creative winger or a goal scoring one.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it.
On that left wing.
But but we were saying earlier about whether we're moving differently or not because of Champions League. I think Chelsea's targets right now is for the Club World Cup, and as soon as the Club World Cup is done or is going on, and you can't register any more players for the Club World Cup, then you might be going in for the difficult players because the window is going to shut. This window now is only to register the players for the Club World Cup.
The ones you can get across the line pretty quick.
Right.
And
they're not going to go and start
ones.
wasting time on Kudus or even a Liao or all these big signings when they know they're not going to get them done before the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
This is what this is what I'm saying. Manyan is just an opportunity, something you can get done straight away. That's different. But if Manyan was a typical, what he's worth at their 70, whatever it is.
Yeah, and it would take a while. Yeah.
I think it would take a while. So I think as soon as the Club World Cup is, it either ends or we're a week into it or whatnot, we're gonna see hopefully the serious players, maybe a Kudus, maybe a whatever it may be. Because I'm sorry, bro, I don't believe Chelsea out of Europe go sign Lavia and Caicedo, but then in Europe we sign Gittins.
You say that. I've seen it. I got to tell you, I've seen loads of. It's very weird. I've seen loads of Premier League teams spend a lot to get into the Champions League, but when they get there, they tighten the purse strings sometimes. You know what I mean? They're like, it's very weird. They get that Champions League money and they'll do one or two signings, maybe they won't, but they won't go all out. I've seen it quite a lot. And
remember Chelsea after we won, we got Saul and Lukaku.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I'll tell you this why, bro. Why we're not going serious for the Club World Cup? Because the Club World Cup is very soon, and this is not career mode where you press a couple buttons and you sign a player.
It depends what you mean by go serious for the Club World Cup. I think they're going to try and sign Magnon and Gittins before the Club World Cup starts.
I think
unless they work out a deal with Dortmund and Dortmund say, well, yeah, you can sign him for this 30 million, but he has to play for us in the Club World Cup, so all that shit. I don't know how that works out.
Already signed for the Club World Cup.
Delat. Etiquette is probably not going to get done in time because of the price. So
if you think about it, signing a striker and a goalkeeper in the space of 2 weeks for Chelsea is quite good.
Yeah,
not even 3 days.
and that's what I'm saying. And whether we like it or not, Delap is not world class or anything like that. But adding Delap and Manyan to our squad helps us a lot. And it increases our chances.
I agree.
By a lot, And I just think as soon as the window shuts or the Club World Cup finishes, I think we're going to see a massive. But
you've got Esugu and Santos coming into midfield as well for the Club World Cup.
And Santos going to play for us, no?
Yeah, Santos is going to play for us in Club World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know about any other loan signings, but.
What about Esteval?
Esteval will be for Palmeiras.
Yeah.
That is a no. But I mean, listen, that Club World Cup, have you seen that the winners are going to wear it for about 4 years or some shit?
Yeah, I just saw that.
It's only going to be every 4 years, so they'll get to have it on the
that. We need to win that. We need to win that, bro.
Priorities get that badge.
Yeah. But it's gonna be I don't think we should sleep on, or any Chelsea or rival fans should sleep on this Manyan signing. I think especially to help our defense. You see Colwell and Cucurella or Reece James, whoever it is, any young centre back we might sign. If it's that, I forget his name. What's his name from Everton?
Branthwaite. Yeah,
Branthwaite. All these, even if it's got Gerhi, whoever it is, for them to turn around and see a madman in goal, a guy that's won 2 league titles, who's played in the Euros, World Cup, #1 for France, played in the big Champions League games. It changes the game completely.
To be fair though, I've watched a lot of rival streams and neutral streams. No one's pissing on this Manyan.
You can't
transfer. No one's like
9 million euros. You can't. You'll be stupid.
No one's. They're like more surprised. Obviously, they're more surprised than we are, especially the price and everything. They're like, wow, this could be.
This is a fantastic signing because, like, for as long as I've known Surfer, he's wanted 2 things and he's never gotten it, and it's forced him to cry multiple times.
I've given up.
Ruben Neves, he never got Ruben Neves.
That's never.
And a goalkeeper. We got Mendy, which was great, but then Edouard went downhill, and ever since then we never really.
Wolves, not in the Saudi league. Ruben when he was at Wolves.
Yeah, when he was at Wolves. But yeah,
no, I'd given up. I'd actually given up when someone asked me.
They watched the casualty streams, man. They heard.
Yeah, I know. When someone asked me like a few weeks ago what the transfer targets, I said I've given up on goalkeeper. Never going to happen. I've given up. I've totally given up because I thought they'll bring back Petrovic or someone like that. But,
that's what I was convinced they were going to do too.
Yeah, it seemed
and
like
I wasn't upset about it either.
No, I wasn't upset, but give Petrovic his chance and stuff like that. But then it was like I said to you and the guys a bit earlier on the stream, it's like, why did they put Petrovic on the sales list? Do you know what I mean? With Sanchez, do you know what I mean? It was like,
yeah.
And then this news drops today, and suddenly 2 + 2 = 4. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They must have gone. Obviously, we don't know how far in advance everything is. We might be getting the news a day late, a week late. Do you know
a day
what I mean?
after.
We have no idea because it just seems awfully coincidental. They put the 2 on the list of Chelsea goalkeepers, the top 2 probably to be number 1 next season, ranking Sanchez and Petrovic. They both put them on the sales list, and you go, what? Do you know what I mean? It's like, and then the day after Magnon, and the deal's rapid.
It could be done tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gone from interest to like literally pay the money.
Yeah,
could be done by this.
Could
be done by this weekend.
I think it's done by. It could be done by tomorrow.
I wouldn't be if we here we go.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's done.
I would be surprised. I mean, look how rapid it's got. I mean, I don't see
because it happened with the lap. It happened with the lap. The lap, like all seen, literally a couple hours later.
Yeah, boom. I agree. I think the price is easy. The sales are going to will probably near enough double his wages, which would fit into the wage structure. It's only be about just under 140,000 a week, which would be fine. We'll probably sign him on a 4+1 or 5-year deal or something like that. And yeah, we go from there, and it'll be like all about the medicals and stuff like that. And yeah, it should be fairly straightforward, stuff like that. They're already looking at goalkeepers, from their side. So
yeah,
and there's the reports this evening they might want Petrovic, so we could be getting that money back. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
There we go.
Magnon could be a free transfer, guys, when all the financials add up. Do you know what I mean? Could be free.
Yeah, like ATFC says here, but it's notion of his injury prone. I hate when people go on. The guy played. I looked at it earlier, okay, because I did the earlier stream. He played every single possible game of the Champions League.
No, I think
one game in the league.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. 12 to 15 months ago, before that, he was injury prone, but since then that has lessened quite significantly in terms of the amount of games he's played and stuff like that. So that is not to me an issue anymore. That was my big issue of not signing Magnon, is because he was always injured. And for me, when a goalkeeper's always injured, that's a major red flag, because it's how do you always get injured? Mm-hmm. It's stuff. But now he's played a lot of games and stuff like that. And like you said, Marshall said, the medical staff's changed at Chelsea from last season. Look how they're treating players and stuff. They're not right. They didn't rush. No matter what we think, they didn't rush Lavia back at all. The multiple times he was out this season. Reece James, they're not rushing back and making him play 2 90-minute games in a row and stuff like that. So that'll be all factored in. I'm sure that's factored in before. You're not telling me they didn't look at his medical record before they factored in going for him?
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're looking to everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to play out all our games as well. We can have a backup goalkeeper play all our cup games.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. That's going to happen anyway. This is going to happen anyway. But one thing I'm not going to lie, I would agree with Ibrahim is our current left wingers, bro, or current wingers in general. Cup. It's Sancho, especially now. Sancho is definitely not going to play.
It'll be Noni or Neto. They'll start. They'll be the wingers that will start. It'll be Noni and Neto.
Noni and Neto.
Yeah, well, there has to be, right? Can't be any others. It'll be Noni and Neto.
Unless we get in.
Maybe Tariq George.
Yeah, maybe Tariq George.
Maybe Tariq George.
We're trying to win this thing,
Right, but I'm just saying options. It doesn't mean the rest of the team is weakened. I'm just saying.
Group stages,
yeah. I mean, I don't even know who, apart from LA FC. Who else are we playing in the group?
LAFC, Flamengo, and Tunis.
If Tariq George could play against Tunis, for Christ's sake, do you know what I mean? What are we doing here? You know,
Yeah.
That's what I expect to see on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I see more recognized names.
Tariq George.
Yeah, he can play against Tunis. Fucking hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
listen, we got some interesting name. Go on, Marshall.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the other thing to add about this whole Club World Cup too is that not only is it serious, but it's gonna be a good test for the team, because obviously, assuming we get past group stages, which we should, and if we don't, we can have a whole different stream like this talking about some issues. But assuming they get past the group stages, we're gonna be playing against Champions League level teams.
Bayern Munich would be our I seen the layout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be
Bayern Munich, PSG are in our way as well.
Yeah.
Like we could play some serious teams and really see where the team is made of,
Yeah,
So
100%.
I think it's good in that sense too for Maresca.
Who these certain names that we're seeing? So you got Alex Goldberg mentioning Mohamed Kudus, who of course we would take, obviously, but the 85 release clause is obviously something you got to take in consideration.
Yeah.
What about a name that Matt Laws mentioned to keep an eye on as well? Xavi Simons.
I saw that earlier. I saw that. Yeah.
I wonder if they're looking for proper backup.
He can play out wide, but he's not. He can.
But you say this, Andrew, but I apparently we're looking at something to do with the 10/wide forward player.
Yeah.
Which is why Xavi Simons fits that, and Morgan Rogers fits that.
I thought he left Leipzig already. Damn,
he's leaving Leipzig. No, but this is the thing. He's 100% leaving Leipzig this summer.
No, they signed him in permanent deal in January, and then literally like 10 minutes afterwards, Fabrizio reported, but Xavi Simons will look to leave, like if a suitable offer comes in.
No, but the Fabrizio tweet I read was the guy is literally 100% leaving, guaranteed leaving. Yeah. And Matt Law said, look at it. Morgan Rogers, I think, is even look, big up Melina. Say Ben Jacobs said that if Chelsea found Morgan Rogers to sell, then they would go for him in a market opportunity.
They would, but they would. But that would be a lot to me. That would be you'd have to do that. The advantage of getting Morgan Rogers is Aston Villa in the PSR window, so that would be the advantage to get someone like a Morgan Rogers if you're looking for someone like Morgan Rogers, which I know they've been linked to, and obviously he's a de facto ex-City youth product, so of course we're going to be linked to him. So he's
Modric might go to AC Milan. That's crazy.
Yeah, retirement stuff. That's a reindeer's a replacement, but I can see that. Xavi Simons. Yeah, he's goodish. He's one of those that are just like, he's name value, and that's it for me at the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I thought he was disappointed in the Euros last year. For me, he didn't really, for me, but others may have different opinions of him and stuff. I've not really watched him for Leipzig, so.
Listen, man, we're looking for a 10 left winger, kind of inside forward. Listen, man, we got Joao Felix, bro. We don't need anyone, man. We got our boy Joao Felix, but maybe Nkunku.
Delete yourself from the stream right now.
No, I will not delete myself. Thank you very much.
Delete yourself from the stream right now. That's embarrassing, bro. I'm trying to talk about your player ID, man. You come back with Joao Felix. Are you mad?
What's wrong with Joao Felix?
What is? You should be asked what's right with him. Nothing.
No, come on, man. Oh, let's be.
He's rubbish.
Oh no. Anyway, guys, listen. Over 300 of you still locked in, man. Make sure you like, subscribing. I'm under 9 away from 2.2k, man. So show someone to the channel, subscribe. We got Casualty's link in the description, Jimmy's link in the description as well. Listen with Ziad out, man. Let's go. Listen.
Yeah, Ziad out. Big L's to Ziad on his Felix prop.
Felix, bro, man. Get likes up, people. Come on, smash the like button, subscribe.
Big L's.
Are we worried about Man United? Just a quick one. Look at my United signings, bro.
No.
No.
Because I rate their manager.
I know you do.
Amarin, respect Amarin. I'm not gonna lie.
Bruno's staying. I think that I don't know how they're going to shoot if they sign in Buemo and they play in Buemo as a 10. I don't know how they shoot. And Bruno plays in the pivot. That's their midfield done for. Or if in Buemo they're going to try and make what in Buemo up front as a 9 or on the left as a wing back or something like that. That's not going to work. I'm not really worried about them. I think they'll score more goals.
One, Andrew. Yo, Man City are moving mad. Man City are moving crazy.
Are they?
I think so. The Cherky, Ain't Nori, Livamento,
Ain't Nori.
Reinders. Yeah.
Ain't Nori. Ain't Nori you can get out every day of the week and twice on Sunday. He's crap defensively. Madueke destroyed him against Wolves, and they played 5 at the back, the wing back system. He destroyed him.
I mean, if it's a pet mold, I mean, he had not comparing both the players.
Going forward, I think he's very good, but defensively, Ain't Nori ain't that for me. Reindeers, all right, maybe Cherky looks good.
No, Reinders and Cherky are good, man.
I've yet to be convinced by Reinders. I really am. And Cherky. He played well in one of the games against United in the Europa League. The other game he was rubbish. Cherky just looks like Cherky, and that's ironic coming from me, but Cherky looks like a fat potato at the moment. So,
what?
Yeah. And by the way, he's a creative player, and he's going to a guy who likes to take the creativeness out of people. So if you like Cherky now, take a look at what Pep's done to all the creative players that have ever gone to him.
Yeah, I agree with that one. But even then, back to the United one, like until they make sales, I'm looking at those signings sideways because I'm thinking you said you have no money. FA, you better step up and do your job and deduct points because how are they buying these players without having sold any?
They always say this, that they haven't got any. Every bloody season going into the transfer market, United have only got this amount of budget, and they regularly spend 150 to 200 million each. They make money, they just don't spend it well. This is the whole thing. You're right though. They were counting on that money for Bruno, and he's now effed it up. And also, if the situation is, say they sign in Buemo, because that's not guaranteed yet.
Yeah.
If you're going to play in Buemo in one of the 10 roles, like behind the striker, then where do you put Bruno? In the pivot. If you put Bruno in the pivot, that midfield's cooked.
Yeah,
absolutely cooked. So where do you play him? Do you put in Buemo up front and then put Bruno in there? Do you put in Buemo as one of the wing backs? Right, well then what happens to the great saviour Ahmad? Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And then people go, oh, yeah, but it's different options. That's fine. But Bruno, maybe not for the manager because he wanted to keep him, but Bruno not accepting the deal has probably effed them up a bit. Because they were looking at that as one of the easier sales because, let's face it, it's going to be hard for people to like we said earlier in the stream, it's hard for people to get near 200 grand or near enough 200 grand to pay for Sancho. Then you got Rashford, who's on a huge wage. I know they said he was going to take a pay cut, but not a huge pay cut, I don't think. And then Garnacho, maybe Napoli will go back in for him. Hopefully we won't, but maybe Napoli will go back in for him and go, yeah, we'll take him. Maybe they'll get money for him and stuff like that. But it's going to be very hard for them to sell these players with the wages they're on, even if they take pay cuts. So, I don't fear them at the moment. They'll score more goals, but then it's not hard really when they've got just above 40, I think, or not even 40 goals. Maybe just around 40 goals again this season. I don't think they've hit 50 for 3 seasons in the league. 50 goals. So I'm not fearing them at the moment. Not at all. As a team,
we'll see. Because I'm not convinced with the system that they're playing right now and all this jazz. I also, going back to Maignan, I just realized something. He's 29. So this whole idea that, Chelsea don't sign players over 26 or 25, whatever. Once again, we're back to this thing where as long as it's a good deal and it's worth it, and for a goalkeeper who 29 is still relatively young, I think you're going into your prime at that age for a goalkeeper, bro.
Well, the opportunity is there. The price is there. That's why they're going for it right there. The price is there. The opportunity is there. And Milan are in desperate need for sales.
But that's also partially why, I feel like that plays a part as to why we're not going for Gyökeres, or the Gyökeres stuff has been quiet, because he's not on the right end of 26. He's or the 20s. He's 26, so he's old. He's on the older end, right? On top of it, the wages. On top of it, well, it's not unrealistic wages, but he's going to demand a bit higher wages than someone like a Delap or an Ekitike. Also, as much as people don't like me saying this, the Liga Nos tax, I think it's very real when it comes to attacking players at the moment. That's why I've been so reserved about Kenda. I'll see what's going on with Kenda. It is impressive that he's putting up the numbers he's putting up at his age, but you get a player as 26. How much of a contract are you going to sell him for, and then or put him down to, and then afterwards he's walking away on a free? So you're just paying that much for him to walk out on a free, because I don't think anyone's going to want to buy a player at the striker at the age of 29, 30. I mean, that's also the other thing with the United thing. Funny enough, they turned down 100 mil for Bruno Fernandes, who's 30 years old. They're not gonna. Well, Bruno turned it down, but they're not gonna find another. They're not gonna get another deal like that for Bruno at all. And then the whole Gyökeres thing, I don't know. The Liga Nos tax really hits me, and it makes sense too. You might as well go for a young player that gives you some potential. Potentially could be really good. You get extra goals from all around the pitch, not just a striker, and you could potentially sell him off for double what you got him.
I think they feel. Maybe how to put this? Someone in the chat's going to go, they're not the same. They might feel that Delap and Gyökeres are too close in terms of playing style.
Yeah,
like that. You know what I mean? Whereas I do like the differences between Delap and Etiquette. Two different styles of forward, so you can come up with different plans and stuff like that. Maybe they feel like that, and also like you say, the price and the money. It's just mad to me that Gyökeres is not number one choice for us, Liverpool or Arsenal.
Yeah,
he's like
something.
I know. Yeah. I think it does. I mean, it's not the Chelsea thing now.
Yeah,
it's an Arsenal thing. It's a Liverpool thing. So. Man United probably would have gone for him if they got Europa League, but they're not going to go for him. Spurs aren't in for him. Spurs aren't even in for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And someone said this on my channel the other day, and I thought it was really clever. There is a possibility too where Chelsea are trying to almost monopolize the striker market that's so poor right now. Because if they end up getting Ekitike and they have Delap and they have Jackson, what strikers are left out there? It's Gyökeres, who is going to want, apparently he wants high wages. Osimhen, who only Saudi seems to be entertaining those wages. Right. Sesko, who a lot of folks don't really rate. Jonathan David's on a free, so he's going to go somewhere. It's not really that much. And then you have a Jackson that you might want to sell off, and there's not many strikers out there. You could potentially sell Jackson for a decent chunk of change. You bought him for 30, you sell him for 50.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson's a player we could use to West Ham. Maybe.
Yeah.
He's got one go.
I mean, we've got to use these players to try and get.
He's got to want to go there. You can't just tell him he's got to go to West Ham. He's got to want to go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, who mentioned? Are we talking about Kudus here?
Yeah. He mentioned yes.
It's a lot of interesting names. I would say Morgan Rogers, Xavi Simons.
Morgan Rogers.
But yeah, Morgan Rogers, Simmons, Kudus. It's a lot of interesting names that can make massive differences. And I think this is probably part of Chelsea moving differently. And these are not deals you can just wake up and do, which is why I said I think you will see these bigger names after the Club World Cup. You know, like Xavi Simmons is 100% leaving Leipzig. That's done 100%. Kudus has got a release clause, so he can go. That's going to be only valid for July 10th of July. So that's going to be after the Club World Cup.
It doesn't have to be after the Club World Cup. It just might be just after this when this transfer window shuts, like after the 10th.
Right.
Of June.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It might be even like during the Club World Cup.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? You might, because it's just a short transfer window. So I think they're realistic in thinking they're not going to get everything they want done because they just can't get it all done.
Because it doesn't work like that as well. And they got to prioritize the players for the Club World Cup that they know they can bring in and play. You know, the Gittins ones for 30 million. I thought it was going to be more than that. Are they going to let him go for 30 million? I doubt that. No.
I think with add-ons, I think it's anywhere between 40 and 50.
I don't know, man. I'm not. I think we need to go for.
If they get him for 30, I think that's good business. They get him for 30. Or just between 30 and 40, I think that's good business.
I said this the other day. I think there are some players. I'll use Lookman in this example for the sake of this is the first name that came to mind, right? You have some players that in some leagues, under some managers, it just doesn't work out. They go to another league and they ball out. And we've seen it happen so many times where under certain managers, even Rafael Leao, it was I think Spalletti. Spalletti was the one that really, put him on the scene. He wins the Scudetto, and then Spalletti leaves the job the season after. And correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I might be butchering the name. It might not be Spalletti. It might be another one. But after Spalletti leaves, Leao's game goes down. He stopped being as good as he was. So with Gittins, I'm looking at Dortmund this season. They were poor. They were not the same Dortmund as the usual Dortmund that's usually in Bundesliga challenging for second position and all that stuff. They're very much. I'm not even sure how exactly they made Club World Cup outside the fact that they were in a UCL semi last season. And Stefano Pioli, sorry, AB, yeah, not Spalletti. My bad. I get the names confused sometimes. Dortmund didn't have a very good season up until the latter half of the season, it looks like, and they ended up finishing in fourth, right below Frankfurt and Leverkusen. Maybe you have Gittins come to Chelsea under Maresca, it works out better. And for 30, I don't think it's, again, we know how the ownership works. It's low risk, high reward.
I think we got this crybaby here. We aren't signing proven players just to forget about it.
Of course.
Do you not see who we're literally signing for 25 million?
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Mignolet's not proven.
Let's not complain for the sake of complaining, people.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
relax.
That's Chelsea fan.
Let's just relax.
In a nutshell.
This is an incredible signing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What'd you see?
Benfica are closing in on the signing.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
A deal with Chelsea could even be done before the Club World Cup.
No.
Wow.
We need them for the Club World Cup.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
By the way, that goes against your proven players right there. That proven player content.
Yeah.
And Cuckoo, Sancho, Felix, all proven players, all flopped.
I mean, even Neto to an extent, like, I
right,
don't say he's a flop, but he's underwhelming.
I'm going to give Neto another season, and he played very well second half of the season, and he sacrificed his game because he had to play false nine and stuff like that. So I'm going to see what he can do going forward. The rest, flopped.
Yeah, it's
proven.
Listen, last summer was the best summer, man. We signed Sancho and Felix. This summer is the worst summer if we get rid of both of them, man. I'll just say how it is, man. Listen, big up to every single one of locked in. Listen, guys.
It was a waste of time.
Nah, man. I'm about Felix is fine, man. I hopefully he stays. He just
he couldn't even cook in the Italian league.
Listen, man, stop being a fraud. Listen, guys, I'm about 5 away from 2.2k, man. So smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, man. Casual's link in the description, Jimmy's link in the description as well. Show them some love. It's a very interesting day of Chelsea, and it's only gonna get better. Okay, let's everyone be positive, everyone relax. Let's not be crybabies.
Be positive that Felix is leaving.
No, be positive to the fact that we're signing Manyan, who is an incredible signing and is a game changer. We're looking at players like Javi Simmons and Morgan Rogers, and
if on the same day Manyan signs that here we go for Felix leaving. Oh
no, man, come on, man, allow it, man.
Oh my, that might be. Can I just say that apart from winning the trophies, that might be the greatest day I've ever had as a Chelsea fan, right there. That might be it.
That's just sad, man. That's just sad.
This
is the thing with the getting to 30 million, no problem. It's just
the only thing that's going to top it is when Kepa finally gets the fuck out of this club. When Kepa goes,
that should happen this summer. I hope
Kepa goes. That'll be like getting that piece of dirt you can't reach. You know what I mean? You can't reach, or you try everything, and then you just give up. You just put stuff over it and hide it, and someone goes, "Oh, I've got this." Like, it's all gone. That'll be it right there. But yeah, Manyan rise, Felix and Kepa leave. Glorious.
Things are turning around.
Absolutely glorious. What a day that'll be.
No, I'll be very upset.
And that's why your player ID stinks.
I respect Felix, man. What I'll say is it's going to be an interesting summer, man. It's going to be an interesting summer. Relax, okay? Everyone relax.
Felix. Oh, my
God. Come on, man. We're going to see what happens. But be positive, people. So don't moan, okay? We're not as far away to having a very good complete squad as you don't think we are. Especially now that we've signed Manyan. Okay, I think that's done.
Well, we haven't signed
yet.
No. I say we get there. Here we go tomorrow.
No. So if we don't sign him, I'm going to blame you personally if we don't sign him.
I think we get that, man.
If we don't sign him, you're going to be the Trey United of Chelsea fans.
Last summer, we gave Fabrizio a bad name because we gave him I think it was twice. He went, "Here we go," and we backtracked it. Yeah. So let's just slow down.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's exciting times. It's exciting times anyway. Let's see what tomorrow brings and the rest of this summer. While also people complaining about Gittins and that, listen, get Mudryk out, get Gittins in.
Remember, Delap's not been announced yet.
We still need a winger, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Another day
in London.
Another day of transfer news, and we'll see what happens, man. But so far it's been good. Manyan is a mad signing. It's a 10 out of 10, and no one can complain. But big up to all of you locked in, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, and show someone to the channel. We're gonna redirect to Ahmed, so he's still live. So let's go over there. Spam Ziad Raid in his chat. Boom. Spam Ziad Raid in his chat. Show someone to the channel. We got Casually and Jimmy's link in the description. Show him some love. Smash the like button. Subscribe on your way out. And Sancho, it's been great, man. I'll see you next season on a free. Big up to you, man. Big up. Subscribe, people.